uh-ohs, as I would call them.
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
Because I'm nice.
I've only dealt with like 2 or 3 people in the Law 2 community ever. Right? Ever. And one of them's great. It's the one that looks like a bulldog and has a mustache. He's always been cool. You guys know which one I'm talking about. The Law 2 people I've interacted with, a couple of them are quite literally the most soulless, money-hungry, like fucked up individuals I've ever had the misfortune of knowing. There's a couple of people I've interacted with that would quite literally say you're their best friend, and then as soon as you turn around, trip you, and then step over your like dead corpse for $5. Like $5 cash. It's fucking wild. I don't know if it's a lawyer thing. I don't get it, but oh, no, thank you. I will never in my life, ever in my life, be around any of these people ever. They are fucking, ooh. And they'll lie. They'll 100% make up something off the top of their ass. They are wild. Zero moral like compass at all. None. Fucking crazy. And I'm not trying to peel open an old scab. Let me reiterate, it's fine. I get it. But just DM me, you know, and be like, hey man, like my new audience, they really don't like you. So I'm going to go ahead and ban you. I'd be like, all right, dude, you know, if you need to get in touch with me, just DM me. That's what I'd say. But like making up a story and then telling everybody a story that never happened and then telling other creators the truth, not knowing those other creators talk to me in DMs. So the other creators just show me the screenshots. It was gross. It was really gross. Just tell me. Just be honest. I don't care. I don't know you. I care. Yeah, it was really weird, gross situation. It made me feel gross as fuck. I was like, ooh, God. But I love Jeff. Jeff's the true blue. That's for sure. He's a good dude.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
My Senny squad, welcome to a new video. Now, REKIETA, it's worth noting that most of the time, if not all the time, if you're getting him saying some outrageous stuff that could be used against him, he will threaten to DMCA you, strike you, false flag you, whatever. The reason for this we've already established is because a lot of the clips of him and where he was saying outrageous stuff was used against him for his case. So thereby the clippers that stood through all the painful rhetoric of REKIETA, which is the equivalent of torture, alright, for hours and hours on end, getting the important bits, in REKIETA's mind, they are to blame for REKIETA's current situation. Of course, we all know that the only person that is to blame is REKIETA and his enablers. We'll be talking about one. Kind of like the dumbest Baldo washer. He's the worst, but not in the worst of, say, a Patrick Melton. And we already know all about Patrick. I'm gonna link a couple of videos that you can see to get caught up with who he is, and there will be a future video made on this individual, and you'll see why. Now, continuing on, we have CAMELOT. We'll go over him. Why? Because he went ahead and was streaming, well, paywalled content. And Nick seems to have a hissy fit about anybody that does that without making it transformative. I guess this kind of counts for transformative for what it's worth, but it's a lot to take in there. First, a little bit of a breaking Baldo news here. Recent threat of DMCA action by REKIETA, because Breaking Baldo News was able to post a post from REKIETA's locals, his dying community, to where REKIETA said, "This is page content, take it down or I will." So we're going to go over the hilarity in this entire thing. The video that I'm going to make this week, which would be around 30 or 40 minutes, I want to stuff as much stuff as I can in there. This is meant to be more of like a one-off before we get to that. And it's about, again, CAMELOT the BALLDOGUARD, the worst BALLDOGUARD in the sense that he's stupid and maybe possibly maliciously so. So we're going to go ahead and see what he has to say right here as we got breaking Baldo news. RekietaLaw's fence-sitting friend Camelot suggests on his show last night that Nick isn't very cash liquid. What will happen to April M. Halt, or the Ape, when the Cuckwing Castle is bought by the highest bidder? And the reference to that is, as we know, Rekieta has been having April in a separate house. Only allows her to come out to his place when Kayla Rekieta is not around, whenever, you know, he needs her, basically. So this was revealed. Again, a lot of videos you can get caught up on. I'll try to bring them into the next one as well, but you can get caught up on that. But let's see what Camelot has to say here.
But they look nice. LOL. Nick's own videos plus his pastor turned him in. Look at the warrant. Yeah, I already know about this. If he truly has family money, he should get off the internet and stop blaming others. Okay. I don't think his money situation is that good. Here's one of the. That's one thing. But yeah, you're right. You're right about the first part. But they look nice.
So there's Camelot. He does this quite a bit where he agrees with people, but he also, I mean, this is the same guy that will say that he doesn't trust Rekieta, but he trusts Rekieta. All in like the span of 10 minutes. It's wild. It's crazy. But breaking Baldo news. Hey, Rekieta, Camelot did a 2-hour stream last night, which verbatim covered your locals content. Are you going to threaten to DMCA him? I believe Camelot went ahead and put the section out there because, I don't know, I guess the important bits or whatever. It's quite torturous, if we're being honest. If you want to see me get, you know, tortured by this man, Talladega Nights Reject, there's the stream from yesterday. There's a whole section. We stream snipe him, and it is quite painful, but also quite funny.
Oh, my boy Nick Rekieta.
We go to get like cocaine and waffles.
So here's a comment on the video, actually, where Nick comes in and replies to an individual who says, Nick could come back, but if he hates streaming, why would he even want to? It's time for some soul searching. To which Rekieta comes in and says, I don't hate streaming. I have been fighting personal shit for a couple of years. It came to a head coupled with some bad decisions. I'm dealing with the aftermath, and it's hard to stream and be entertaining when you're depressed or distracted. I used to push through that, but it made bad content. When I come back, I don't intend to bring that negative energy. And this is hilarious, again, because Rekieta was going ahead and punching down an individual who he knew was going through personal shit in the past. That would be the Dear John segment, the Dear John moment. And that is, I believe, still available for people to see. Let's go ahead and try to play a little bit of that.
Some of these kiwi farmers, some of these commentators, here we go, this is fun. Not only do I know them, do I know their failures? Do I know their social security checks? Do I know their inability to even contact their own family for help? Do I know their desire to leave their own state? Oh, man. Oh, man. I cannot fucking imagine being in the place that this man is, that he has to go to a YouTube streamer to beg for a shred of attention. Say, please, Rackets, I love you. I love you. Streamer, oh my God. I love you. Please teach me how to do life. Like, I can't teach you how to do life because you're retarded, Don. Right, John? Please don't do that. As you begged me to save you because they expect you to save yourself. You had no one to call except when someone you paid $5 a month to be your friend. Nick Rekieta of Minnesota is my emergency contact. I'm still his fucking faggot's emergency contact. Perfectly. You know why? Because you couldn't afford friends. So you had to buy them with fake clout. I don't know what southwest state you're in anymore, John. I just know you're still there because you can't afford even a taxi cab to the grocery store. And yet here you are. Moral condemnation on other people based on falsehoods.
And as you can see, Rekieta just... Why does he try this sympathy bait at this point in time? Has he realized that all else has pretty much failed at this point? Perhaps. But again, it is kind of funny. So this person named Sneed Williams says, the translation, my unlimited supply of booze and drugs is no longer unlimited. My wife blames me and my side piece for nearly losing the kid, so she wants a divorce. There's speculation that there is going to be a divorce. You know, there's a lot of people that have been coming out, specifically Kayla Rekieta's own stepfather, that made a concerning post, which can corroborate what Aaron M. Holt has said. This is another problem with Camelot as a whole. Not only is he incredibly biased, but he's also disingenuous, as he tries to blame everything on Aaron M. Holt. Basically, it almost seems like Camelot is reading a script from Nick Rekieta in order to poison the waters for Aaron while not holding the same energy for Nick for some reason, who, at this point in time, after everything we've seen, is objectively worse than Aaron M. Holt. Nick has pretty much all but confirmed of being an abuser. Nick, along with his other charges, as such, getting into somebody's, Google account.
Somebody said you ride the fence with Nick. Yeah, I've kind of come off and on and off and on, and I talk to him in real life, right? Don't make the mistake that I read forums or watch videos of people talking about it or anything. You know, I see it and then I react to it, and sometimes I talk to Nick, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really passionate about the like parasocial anger stuff. I'll be on the fence and then off it a little bit, you know, because I talk to Nick, right? So, and he'll reassure you, he'll be like, dude, it's all good, man. Like, just fuck the ball. You know, he'll kind of like talk to you, know, so it's, I can't discount people when there's still a lot of weird, vague stuff going on, right? And I still talk to the person, you know, so, because trust me, I've reached out and been like, what the hell are you doing? And he's like, all about, and he'll like explain what's on his mind. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying?
There is no doubt in anybody's mind, should be no doubt in anybody's mind, that yes, Nicholas Robert Rekieta is worse than Aaron M. Holt. And anybody like Camelot who is blindly trying to go ahead and just say Aaron's the only bad guy here and not Nick Rekieta is, well, a liar, basically. And that's really what it is. Anybody that's left being a BALLDOGUARD is pretty much a liar. So we got long-term BALLDOGUARDs Misty and the Art Clown break ranks in Camelot's YouTube stream titled RekietaLaw posts a long apology, let's put it to bed. Art Clown in particular talks about texting Nick and tells him to get off the drugs. He states nobody can control Nick. Let's see. Art the Clown. Camelot and I used to text Nick while he was live, telling him to get off the shit and shut down the stream. Nobody can control Nick. So there he is. And then this person says he's still being held accountable for them. Nick can't even see what his issues are. This person says, isn't Art the Clown the guy that encouraged his wife to post on locals? So there it is. All right. So again, just a brief little video. Maybe I'll go more into depth with Mr. Camelot over here. This is just a good part one, kind of just like throwing out there video. Figured I'd cover some of the BALLDOGUARDs and whatever's left of them. Why it's kind of like annoying, if anything else. I guess that's the word we're looking for. Well, depends. You can find it funny, or you can also find it incredibly annoying. When you see somebody like Camelot, who is either really, 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 really fucking stupid, or just really, really, really dishonest, maybe a mixture of the two, going ahead and just trying to put everything on Aaron M. Holt, it kind of looks like he's just following a script for his buddy Nick Rekieta. There's no way this guy is going to say that LawTube is untrustable and they're snakes and not point out that that's Rekieta's entire thing, right? And your only defense is, well, I trust him in my infinite judgment, my amazing judgment. I trust Nick Rekieta. This guy is so oblivious he won't read a single kiwifarms post that exposed Nick. It's always his safety box. It's always Nick's safety locals. Camelot will never objectively dissect anything of Nick, but he'll go ahead and poison the well further for Aaron M. Holt. He's not even going to question the fact of why Nick is okay with Patrick Melton, who he supplies a lot of money to, going after Aaron's children. Again, this guy is a fraud. It's even hilarious enough that he still has an audience. But I feel like there are a lot of redneck inbreds in there, so they have to gravitate towards something. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Guys, I'll probably put a little more effort into the next one. Next video might be 30 minutes or so, might not be. We'll see, But let me know what you think of the shameful BALLDOGUARD known as Camelot. Let me know if you got some interesting lore about him, interesting dirt, interesting stuff we should cover. He seems to act as if he's very squeaky clean about this entire thing. Went to his kiwi farms. I don't know if it was the thread in particular on this pal. Maybe I should look into it a little more. But who knows? There's a couple things going on. He's a bit of an idiot. He's a bit of an ass clown. But other than that, don't really know much about him. So if you have anything, any info, please feel free to write it down in the comment section down below. Well, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, Senny Squad, my centers. I'll see you all in the next one. And until next time, remember, don't be rackets.
What do you think you think? Oh my god. Well, it really wasn't that expensive whiskey, but okay. But dude, again, when it's gone, they can't have another sip. No. You betrayed me. I didn't betray shit. Like, I just offered you a nice thing. Took it or you didn't take it. Always frame it as betrayal. You know why? Failure. Their inability to take accountability for who they are. Their demand to blame everybody else. So of course they're not going to start blaming themselves as you call them. I hope you have a good day. John, I've always meant this sincerely. I hope you live. I hope peace, solace, and support from the community builds you up. My community, great. If it's any other community, great. To John, why don't we come clean for kiwi farmers? But how pathetic your life is. We judge everybody else's. So pathetic, John. You had to pay $5 a month. I don't know how many blowjobs you gave and mashed potato cups you exchanged. You get $5. You had to pay $5 a month for the ability to message me. Instead of just saying, thank you for paying $5 a month because we're getting along, engaging in an interaction or whatever. Just said, hey, I thought we were going through it. Maybe help. You know, because I don't want you to die. Never wanted you to die. But one person on this earth who never wanted you to die, but you know what you did.